Hurry and release! Originally, Outlands said that WILDLANDS, Outlands said that WILDLANDS, Outlands said that WILDLANDS, say that 10 times fast, or just comment it, one of the two, but it would release in Q4 of 2023, and now, Owen is saying Q4/Q5? So does that mean Q1 of 2024? As much as a month or so pushback would be terrible, I can't be upset. If Outlands does one thing right, it is release content that is complete and pristine.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
So if they need a little bit of extra time to release something that I know is gonna be great, just like everything Outlands does, it'll be okay.
Oh my god, Pone Star, you're such a freaking Outlands shill. Oh.
Speaking of Wildlands, some of you may have noticed that I, with a handful of others, got the opportunity to go into Time Dungeon and beta test a part of it. 3.5 hours of a straight path that Eric sent us on, where he hurried us along and we barely scratched the surface of how big Time Dungeon is. Now, here's a quote from Eric. I think if you combine all of the other dungeons together, they are almost as big as Time. I plan on doing a video over our 3.5 hour encounter soon, but today's video is answering what template will I bring to Wildlands. So sit back, grab yourself a beer, and let's talk about it. Some of you may be thinking Tamer, but no. I'm taking my PVM/PvP summoner template. That's right, the Fire Mage with the Eldritch Book. I love it. Sure, Tamers reign supreme now, but nothing can beat going down into uncharted territories with the functionality of a Necro Summoner. The ability to re-summon my tank pet, whether it be an Earth Elemental or a Mummy, in 2.5 seconds by using Spirit Pact allows me to make mistakes and fight off something that would otherwise overwhelm me. I just feel very comfortable exploring areas I haven't been. Not only that, the magic resist and wrestling in the template give me some defense if I'm attacked by a murderer or harassed by a thief, even allowing me to bully people out of spawns that I want to claim for my own, as I did in the Torch event for Christmas last year. And yeah, you better believe I'm going to be doing that again this year for the hip lanterns. I'm not sure what, I'm excited for it, that's for sure. It also still gives me an effective PVM bonus, like mana refund and more damage from my spells. I would expect the new dungeons and points of interest to be more difficult than any current content we have, as the last expansion, this is actually what happened. Shadowspire Cathedral still holds as the strongest dungeon in the game. The Grey Gates have plenty of monsters that can and will one-shot you if you don't catch their telegraphs for their big hits. Moss 4 did technically come out during this current expansion, so we could argue that Mausoleum is the most difficult dungeon in the game, but only if we reference only level 4. Not only that, most people consider Moss 4 as group content. Even the points of interest are much stronger than those of the original lands. I'd be willing to bet lots of the new expansion land will be better farmed in a group, which could make a case for some new template types that are more of support. Now, this is really cool. Some of you may know of Gabby Ghoulish, who often plays a healer template. The sole purpose of this template is just to heal her friends. It has a high mana regain as well as big heals, both from Magery as well as Chivalry. This template is the same one she used while we were down in Time Dungeon. And even though we died a ton while we were down there because it was really, really hard, we died much less thanks to her healing capabilities. It's my hope that more templates like this will come from more difficult content that we may soon be getting. But let's not forget, in the last expansion, they introduced their spin on Chivalry and Necromancy, as well as making wrestling another weapon school. Yeah, they just completely revamped what retail did for Chivalry and Necromancy, and even wrestling, obviously, and made it their own. I mean, they do that with a lot of the skills, so it's no surprise, really. Oh, hey, wait, let's not forget the 3 new aspects they introduced: Death, Holy, and Discipline. Now, we can only speculate, but what kinds of aspects will we get this time? What new skills will we be getting? Do you think they'll introduce Bushido or Ninjutsu? Spell weaving? I never even played with spell weaving. I have no idea what retail did with it, but I know whatever Outlands does with it, if they introduce it, it's gonna be awesome. Obviously, just like Chivalry and Necromancy, it would be nothing like retail version, but it's just fun to think about these as different ideas. So speaking of that, these skills could have some really great support skill mechanics. And let's not forget about the codexes. What kind of codexes will come with this expansion? A codex for your codexes? Who knows, right? I guess we will find out sometime in Q4 of 2023 or perhaps Q5, whatever that means. Comment below what you're bringing into Wildlands, as well as some of your thoughts in what new skills, aspects, and codexes might be introduced. I'm really curious to see what you guys come up with, because I mean, you guys have all kinds of crazy ideas when you comment below, and it's really fun for me to think about. Other than that, guys, shout out to the Patreons, the channel members, the subscribers on Twitch, the subscribers on YouTube, the followers, all those things. We do multi-stream on 5 different platforms most evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on anything you can think of that you can stream on. Guys, once again, have a good one. Pwn Star Gaming out.